personal mastery journey today?
Are you filming this?
Yeah. We'll find out now.
There's no purposeful practice before that.
Have fun.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, I want you to say with energy and enthusiasm, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Oh, come on, guys. Can everyone say with enthusiasm, it's Friday?
It's Friday.
It's almost payday. It's going to be a great day. Alright, thank you. So I'm here to talk about my personal mastery journey learnings I've been through this year of me going to various success talks and wealth seminars, and it's been very great. How many of you have got like a major goal that you want to achieve? Put your hands up. Yeah? Okay, I've got my PMA coming up soon, so I've got a major goal. How many of you, if you know that you could live your life over again, you could have done more than you currently have? Put your hand up. Okay, so that proves the point that everything that we've done up until this point is just a tip of the iceberg of what we're actually capable of doing. So I want you to look at the person that's next to you as if there's no one else in the room to encourage them but you.
Donovan, great film on that side.
Please look at them and say to them, hey neighbor.
Hey neighbor.
Guess what?
Guess what?
You have something special.
You have something special.
Okay, so with that in mind, I just want to give you a brief background as to why I decided to go on a personal mastery journey for myself. And as you all know, I stay with my parents, which saves me a whole lot of time and money. I don't go to parties I have to pay for because I can get them for free, so that saves me time and money. And I don't buy clothes that I can get for free because I get them for free, so that saves me time and money. So I decided to actually use this excess time and money that I had just to do something constructive. So I decided to go to wealth creation talks and success seminars, and it's been an incredible journey. So just to give you a brief background of where I've been. So the first one that I went to is the Millionaire to Billionaire conference that happened back in April. And the main speaker that was there is James Khan from Dragon's Den, and he was the keynote speaker there. And then I got introduced to Andrew Barsa, who's a wealth creation expert, and he dealt with negative perceptions I had about money and how to actually structure your money and manage your money, and which is something I'll show you at the end of the presentation. And then I sat in front of Jordan Belfort, the real Wolf of Wall Street. Now, he's an expert in terms of selling. He's actually that good. And one thing concept I learned from him is that regardless of which role you play, whether you're an entrepreneur or a business owner or a combination of the two, you are still an entrepreneur and you're in the business of selling, whether you're selling a concept, an idea, yourself, whatever it may be. And the concept is, before you approach a selling situation, you first have to educate and then you have to sell. That's something BSG did very well when they were recruiting us last year. They first educated us on the problems of South Africa and how IT can help solve those problems, and then they sold us the BSG. And they sold us on how BSG could equip us to actually address those problems, which was very good. And then I was with the very sexy man, Neto. And at the Dynamic Wealth Conference, it was myself, Bongs, and Joan who were there. And we were exposed to various investment vehicles, and also we got taught again about the whole concept of first you educate and then you sell. And then last week I was with my brother at Dr. DiMartini talk. That was very insightful. And then 2 weeks ago I went to Robin Sharma, who is the author of the book, The Leader Who Had No Title. And what I learned from him is that you don't have to be CIO, CEO, senior manager, project manager, or have a title in order for you to display some leadership potential, which ties into the basic value of empowered leadership. So I decided to observe these people and to come up with an acronym that embodies the characteristics that they have. So I came up with the acronym called CRAVE. Now, everybody here say, I've got a craving. Come on, with more energy. I've got a craving. Okay, so the first thing is successful people they're very committed, whether it's to a cause, a project, or the business or relationship. They're exceptionally committed, and they do things because they have to, not necessarily because they want to. They are responsible. They know that their success or their project is dependent on them and not anybody else. they're also action-oriented. They're not going to wait for something to come to them. They'll actually go out and get it. And then they improve themselves daily. They believe that if you're not growing, you're dying, and you're dying slowly. So they're always going to so they're always continue improving themselves. And then they have a clear intention. They know what they want to go after. They value their time, so they don't want anyone to waste their time. They don't care about office gossip. They don't care what's going on in the news. If it's not going to be productive to them, they're not going to allow it because they believe that time is the most valuable commodity and you can't get it back. And also, they're extremely energetic. I mean, when I saw some people, some really successful people, I looked at them and I was like, I thought they were on crack cocaine or something because they were exceptionally energetic, but they were just energized by life and their passion. So I just want one volunteer, the first person to raise their hand. Okay. Okay, if you come to the front.
She was just eating popcorn, didn't you?
Can I retract that?
Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to pick a successful PhD,
That's why I put my hand.
a successful PhD, and motivate why they're successful according to at least 3 of these success principles. Pick one.
Okay. Laura, and she is, in terms of your career model, wow. Energetic, we've all seen her running up and down. It doesn't walk to meetings, she charges to meetings. A lot of energy there. She's responsible for being the human piranha. So she takes responsibility for ensuring that our pipeline of work is strong and that people are resourced and engaged. And she's committed. She's committed to BSG. She's been here for 12, 13 years. Sorry, did I give it away? 13 years. And she's committed to her role. She's committed to her lining. She's committed to BSG and the brand and our clients. So that's Laura. And Owen. And she's committed to Owen. Lifelong commitment.
Okay, so this is for you,
Thank
and
you.
this is for Laura.
Thank you.
Everybody say that I've got a craving. Okay, so who here is very good at managing their money? Okay, who here needs help managing their money? Who here is good at managing their money? Would it be valuable for you to learn how to structure and manage your money correctly? Yes. Okay. One thing that successful wealthy people know how to do, they're organizing their lives, and more importantly, they're organized in terms of their finances. And one thing that I've got from them is a system for you to manage your own personal finances so that you don't end up with more month at the end of your money. So this is a money management system that I personally have been using since April. I went crazy at the beginning of the year.
Are you buying your own clothes now?
Huh? What?
Are you buying your own clothes now?
10% savings.
So I've used this and I actually can track my expenses and I don't spend more than I actually should. So it's actually structured in 6 different categories. One is 10% savings, 10% investment, 10% education, 5% contribution, 10% you just blow it all, and then 55% expenses. Now, let's go to savings. Now, 10% of your net income, which is after taxes, goes to a savings account, whether it's a long-term or short-term savings, whether you're saving for a house, a car, whatever it may be. You have to take 10% and put it in a savings account. Everybody say, I have to save.
I have to say.
The next one is investment. Now, this is where you take your money, you actually make it grow, so your money ends up growing. So your money must end up working for you. Everybody say, I have to invest.
I have to invest.
There's no more chocolate.
10% has to go to education. Now that's books, CDs, DVDs, anything to make you better. Remember, successful people believe that if you're not growing, you're dying, and you're dying slowly. So everybody say, I have to educate myself.
I have to educate myself.
Other one is 5% goes to a contribution, of course, whether it's going to be like your church or charity, you're giving it the other money to someone who actually needs it more than you do. That's what successful people do. So everybody say, I have to make a contribution. Okay, and then the next 10% is my personal favorite. You take 10% of your money, put it aside, and then you blow it all. You can spend it on whatever it is that you want to spend on. Whether it be parties, whether it be shoes, whether it be hair, whether it be a pet. Sometimes I think what women put on their hair is a pet, but you know. But everybody say, I'm going to take 10%. Say, I'm going to take 10%. And I'm going to blow it all. So the next one, which is the one people struggle with the most. The one people struggle with the most is expenses. They don't know the difference between an expense and something that's a complete waste of money. Now, you have to ask yourself this one question. If I didn't have whatever it is that I want to buy, would I be able to function and live my life? If you were to pose that question to petrol, you need to have petrol to put in your car so you can come to work and go to wherever it is that you need to go, so therefore it's an expense. But if you want to go buy a tie that is not really pivotal to you coming here and fulfilling your function, then it is a waste of money. And the goal is to cut your expenses down from 55% to 35%. And then what you save goes back to investments and savings. Say, I have to cut my expenses.
Cut my expenses.
I'm going to be a good money manager. Okay. So I'm going to ask for 2 more volunteers. To put up just 2 volunteers.
There's chocolate.
Okay, Candy and Remo. Yes, Candy.
Go girls.
Okay, so, Candy, you will start. Okay, just name 3 things that you've learned, just 3 things that you've learned from this model here.
I need to save, I need to cut my expenses, and I need to blow it all. Saving the best for last. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Remo. Okay, so Remo, what are 3 action steps that you're going to take today to put this in place if it's not today?
I think education. Education.
Yeah.
Roll it all.
Only 10%. Yeah?
And the one that I think will probably be the most difficult, expenses.
Always reluctant to do that.
Thank you for sharing your personal. Okay, guys, I think you need to put a millionaire.